Yo, good morning. Good morning, Deuce. Good morning, Track Patrol. Another week. Another day. Another dollar. Exactly, another dollar. Hopefully. Well, actually, we're from the overnight, during Asia session. I already traded a bunch of my funded accounts. Basically all of them. I traded all of my funded accounts during the overnight, except for this one. There's nothing to be scared about, Deuce. It's just an account. It's just an account that you paid $100 for. If it's a 50K. So I'm going to try and trade this account today. This is the last funded I need to make some money on. And then we'll probably move over to I bought some more FFN accounts. Try and get fully allocated with them. Yeah, there is a huge gap. Have I gotten payouts with FFN? I just started using them again. When I first when I first started using them was when I first started trading. So I'm coming for my revenge. But they've been around for a while. There's also a bunch of people on this Discord who've traded with FFN and pulled payouts with them. I will pull a payout with them soon though. Dude, the overnight last night was pretty gross during Asia. Although the good thing though is that it's not this like massive move that happened. So that's chill. At least some room for New York to do something. We also have single stock futures, which are going live today. It'll be interesting to see how that affects things. I think if anything, it'll probably affect the overnight session more than anything else. It'll be interesting to see what happens when because like if you trade options, right, and you're trading earnings, a lot of the earnings happen after hours, right? And you can't really mess with your position after hours in the options market. So there's probably going to be activity. This is what I'm thinking, at least. There'll probably be activity during the overnight with people hedging their earnings plays, all different types of things. Although the liquidity on them in the beginning is gonna, like, the participation is gonna be pretty thin, so you'll probably see on those single stock futures like nasty spread, like gaps in between the candles and stuff. But it'll be interesting to see how it affects the overnight session and how it just affects everything in general. Although I don't think it'll be like a flip of a switch because they have to build, people have to participate in them. I was talking to Void last night, and he was saying that they actually tried to do it. They tried to do single stock futures like 20 years ago or something, and nobody used them, so they took them away. We also have FOMC this week. 66% chance we stay at the same rates. Any surprises will probably cause a lot of volatility. What up, Gianni? So just so you guys know what I'm looking at, I sent it in the Outlook, but basically, yes, I know there's a gap right here, but here's the thing about now. Okay, hold on. Can we go and just fill this entire gap? Sure, we absolutely could. But I highly recommend that as we start getting in here, you do not try and force a gap fill. Oftentimes, when we have like a large enough CME open gap from a Sunday, we might partially fill it. We might not fill the whole thing. So what I usually do is I break it down into quarters. In the event that we start accepting below, you know, kind of the 28,600, 28,550, we might touch into the gap, but I don't think it's a good idea, me personally, not financial advice, but I don't think it's a good idea that once we start getting into the gap, you start just trying to force shorts to fill the gap. So if we hold above 28,600, I'm going to be watching for us to potentially continue up to take the lower time frame range highs, which is at 782. Do you trade fundeds in stacks or one by one? It depends. It depends how many funded accounts I have. Like right now I have 10 funded accounts, so I kind of have to trade them together. But if I have like obviously, but if I have like 2 to 4 fundeds, I might just trade them one by one. Because what I don't do though is I don't copy trade all of them at the same time, because it just like increases your risk of ruin. And it's one thing to make you know, $3,000 on, let's just say $5,000 cumulative across 10 accounts, but then when you lose 5,000, it kind of sucks. It's cool when you make money on all the accounts, and it sucks when you lose on all of the accounts. So you want to try and at least the way that I do it, I try and compartmentalize any type of damage. Gianni is done for the day. Nice. Angel, yesterday was chill. Although, I had like some technical difficulties. I thought I started it. I was talking to myself for like 10 minutes, and everyone thought I joined like 10 minutes late, so it's kind of a bad look, but I was 10 minutes early. I was 10 minutes early. But it is what it is. You live and you learn. That was my first time using that platform, so I was like kind of confused on how to do it. I thought I knew how to do it, but it is what it is. Up 5,000. Very nice. What up, Joseph? So we might open right here at this area I was watching. But yeah, so I already traded during the overnight. I already traded all of my other funded accounts. They're all in the green. This is the only one that is not. I hit a break even on it. So we're going to try and trade this one, and then if we I might trade some of the I might trade one of the or I might trade some evals. AR vids. You don't need to use Onyx, by the way. It's a rhythmic connection. So you can use like any platform that uses rhythmic. Like I use FFN with deep charts. What's free? You can try Quant Tower. So let's see if we're just gonna straight up run this out, or if we're going to actually reclaim 28,600. Nicholas, it's a rhythmic connection, so any platform that accepts rhythmic, you can connect it. You can connect it to ATAS, you can connect it to deep charts, you can connect it to Quant Tower, Sierra charts. Yeah, no, you're alright. I use FFN with deep charts. And sometimes on ATAS, but recently deep charts. What up, Ken? So if we're gonna run this out, we're gonna take Asia lows right now, and then we're gonna watch to see what happens once we start approaching the gap. I would actually be pretty surprised if we run out this entire gap without a single pullback. That'd be pretty crazy. What I think is more likely to happen is we probably partially fill it. Damn, what an opening 5 minute candle. How big is this? So in this area, I'm kind of just watching to see if we're going to we tapped back into yesterday's RTH POC. We tapped into the gap, but I'm gonna see if we're going to bring it back up. If we get back above and we reclaim 28,600, I might start looking for continuation longs. I just need it. I just need to wait. I don't want to do it down here. So I'm looking to see how this 5 minutes gonna close. We're back here at the 28,600 area, but we're kind of I need to see if we're gonna get above it. 15 minutes looking pretty nasty though. If it closes like this, I mean, we still have a lot of time left. I just don't want to short it over here, to be completely honest. At least not yet. Took a short off the call wall. Very nice. Yeah, we might fill the gap today. But I don't... We'll see. I think we... It really matters, in my opinion. It depends once we start... If we get down to around the 50%, what happens? It's a pretty large gap. What is it, like almost 200 points? Yeah. Although overall, in terms of just like overall structure, it's looking pretty bearish. What up, Choosy? These 5-minute candles right now are huge. They're all like 100 points. In the first 3. I don't know, dude. I just can't get myself to short it, honestly. Even though we did come up, we retested this pressure and we started dropping again. But we're just approaching this area that... I don't know, who knows? Maybe we get the gap filled in and I just watch it happen. But I'm okay with that. Yeah, the 600 call wall. Contract scaling says 4 minis is 2,000 to 3,000 profit. Yeah, it means you can only use you can only use 4 minis from 2,000 if your balance is at 2,000 to 3,000. If you made 1K with 4 minis and it violated rules, I'd have to check. I'm gonna try and take a long right here, actually. But I'm going small size because I'm going against this this potential gap fill, so stop just right at the lows. And we'll see if we can get some follow through on it. I just want to see if we can get past basically right here around 500. Oh great, Nicholas is full porting his account, copy trading me. Well, just know that I'm watching to see us push up into 500. Once we do, I'm gonna move it to break even. I'm actually gonna move it to break even right now because I'm expecting this. If we're gonna come up, that we should be squeezing it here. I copy traded you, you copy traded me. Nah, just joking. I don't know. Alright, we got stopped at break even. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, AR, they don't even allow you to go past the contracts unless you go on separate assets. At least that's what I remember. Like, the only way you can break the contract scaling rule and actually violate the account is if you go, like, let's say you're only allowed to do 2 minis. You do 2 minis on NQ and then you do 2 minis on ES. Or you do 2 minis on NQ and then, like, however many micros. I think, if I remember correctly, when I was trading with them a lot. I mean, I don't have that issue anymore because I don't really use that big a size anymore. At least recently. Yeah, it was looking like we were gonna try and make an attempt higher, but I was worried about this 500 level. Sitting here, we like pushed up into it and then immediately slammed back down. If we would have gone past it, we probably would have seen us squeeze higher, but we couldn't, so we might just continue our way down. Well, the good thing is that at least all my other funded accounts are already done with them today. This is the straggler. Dude, last night I shorted so last night I shorted it, right? I shorted it up here. My TP was like down here. What a sweaty hole, dude. I was watching that thing just chop. It was uncomfortable, honestly. I had to stop watching it because I was just sitting there stressing myself out for no reason. Do you look for shorts or longs at the moment? Well, I'm just waiting. We're in the gap right now, so we're pushing our way through the gap. I'm seeing if we're gonna actually make our way all the way to the other side of the gap. I'm not really too pressed to try and like chase the gap fill, even though it might. I mean, even though it looks like we're about to do it, to be honest, but I'm just kind of waiting. I'm waiting. Really, once we start kind of getting around here. It's a pretty nice move, though. Would have shorted it, right? Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Where'd you try to go long, Trike? The same place I went long? somewhere else. 360 here. It's a ballsy trade. Some may even say a risky trade. It's new hourly, new 4-hour. We're about to fill the gap. We're approaching it. It's also kind of where HVL is sitting too. Yeah, I hope some of you guys caught those shorts. That would have been very nice. All right, well, gap got filled, so I don't know. Honestly, I might just, my bad if that was boring, but the only opportunity for me to try and short it would have been actually probably around here, other than the call wall, but it may just be very nice. I'm happy you guys caught the shorts. It may just be a no trade day for me, at least for the New York session. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna wait, but I am I'm up on my other accounts today from the overnight. So we just had this account that we had to that we're trying to trade. But if the objective this morning was gap fill, well, we kind of just did it. So what I'd be worried about at this point is like after a move like that we could potentially start balancing out. Fabrizio, I'm typically moving it behind aggression. Do you guys think the firms are gonna Gonna add single stock futures. Imagine trading the single stock futures for the after hour earnings. Probably be crazy. I wonder how long it'll actually take those single stock futures to build like some real participation in them though. I wonder if it'll be immediate or if it'll take a while. Or if it'll just never, not never, but because when and this is totally different obviously, but like when the CME started doing the crypto futures, like they did not just Bitcoin, but like they did Ethereum, XRP, Solana. I was actually trading on my live account XRP futures on the CME for a little bit. There's actually a decent amount of participation in it, but the spread was kind of nasty. It'll be liquid. Cool. Yeah. Crown, let me ask you something. Do you think that do you think that it'll affect the overnight a lot for people who are trying to hedge their options like earning plays and stuff? Yeah. Yeah, that'll be pretty interesting to watch. Yeah. Yeah, the CME crypto is definitely an empty book. That's why I stopped trading it. I was doing it like right when they came out. And then I realized that I probably shouldn't. Although I made some money. Made some money trading XRP CME futures. Not a lot, but I was using a couple micros. We're kind of holding HVL, but I'm suspicious. Honestly, I honestly might not even trade. Might just do the giveaway and go do something else. And FFN has replenished us with some more accounts. Shout out FFN, 50% off, buy one get one free. Use code Thrax. But we'll give one away. I just don't. I'm sure you guys are probably still trading, so I'm gonna wait a little bit. But we filled the gap. We're at HVL. We're kind of holding it a little bit, but I don't really trust it. Good thing we're up. Good thing we're up on all the other funded accounts though, so I don't really have to stress about it too much. The objective today was gap fill. We filled the gap. Now I'm kind of suspicious about us doing a bunch of BS, but maybe we keep dropping. But there's really not a lot of aggressive buying that's getting any type of follow through all morning. Later, deuce. For the webinar I did anyone inspire you to make it in the format you did? Like a PowerPoint? $55 single stock trade minis, 22 micros. Wonder what the value per tick is. Are you guys gonna trade it? Are you guys gonna trade those single stock futures? I mean, you would have to do it for now on a live account because the firms don't have it. I wonder who will be the first firm to add it. Honestly, if I was a firm, I would try and add them because that would probably be a good business move. You probably have people who would, if you're the first firm to do it, probably go and try and buy your accounts to try and trade them. Yeah, I'm not gonna trade them. At least, not yet. I am gonna pay attention to them though. I just find it interesting. I just want to see what happens. Or after hours Nvidia earnings, slap a couple minis down. That'd probably get super dangerous, honestly. How exactly did you get better at reading market context? I find this to be very subjective. I mean, it's the same. It's just a system. It's the same thing that I do every day. There's like a hierarchy of things that I look at. And then I just build a scenario out of it. I build 3 scenarios, usually. Like this morning, the scenario, what I was looking at was this, right? Like, I was watching right around this 28,600 area. In the event that we get below it, buyers try and reclaim it and fail, then we're probably heading into the gap. If we hold it, then I was looking for us to come up here. So that happened. I just couldn't, you know, there was one entry I could have taken, honestly, but I didn't. And then the rest of it has just been kind of like, I tried to long it for a sec. It went like 30 points into profit, and then it was struggling at an area that we needed to break past, so then I just moved it to break even. And then now we're just continuing to drop. So at this point, it's like we're watching, obviously, these lows, which we'll probably end up taking out. But I think, do you guys want to do a giveaway? I think I'm gonna chill. I think I'm gonna chill for the day. We didn't catch the gap fill. It is what it is. I don't want to really sit here and force anything. I'm up on literally all of my other funded accounts except for just this one. So I'm alright with that. So if you guys want to run a giveaway, we can run a giveaway for an FFN account. Or if you guys don't want a giveaway, we don't have to do a giveaway. Or if you want to wait, if you guys are still trading this. Let's give it 20 minutes. Agreed. We still have good participation, still moving. So I know that's why I was waiting a little bit, because I'm sure you guys are still trading it. Yeah, that's what I think, Meat Man. That's why I'm kind of deciding that I'm done. Because I think that was basically the move of the morning. I mean, it probably was the move of the morning. So I really don't care for anything else. Can you win again or banned? Who was the last person who won? Blank Spartan. He was the last winner. So anybody who could anybody can win it. Unfortunately, Blank Spartan, you can't win it because you won the last one. But literally anybody else can win it. Even me. Even me. You know, see, Trader, that's a loaded question that is that takes a very long answer, because if I sit here and tell you how I read market context, order flow, higher time frames, that's like an entire long form video. So I did release a video over the weekend recently that touches on it a little bit. I don't know if you've seen it yet, but maybe that might help out. Maybe that might help out, because I actually made a whole video about that exact topic. I just had a feeling someone would ask me. So yeah, you should watch it if you haven't. Watch it 17 times, you'll see something there. El Pepo passed the combine. Let's go. Let's go. Golf clap. On to the funded. On to the funded. I've watched the 4.5 hour video 3 times. Fire. Fire. Respect for that. That's a long video. If you think that's a long video, I literally have like... could be way longer than that. Of course, Seed Trader. I gotcha. I got you. Yeah, dude. I try and post YouTube videos. Did I see that Deep Charts is coming out with an integrated options flow? Yes. Deep Gamma. I wonder if they're gonna charge you for it. How much they might charge you for it. You know what actually, Andre hit me up the other day, and I might affiliate for Deep Charts. So if you do get it and it's an add-on, just use code Thrax. If I end up doing it, use code Thrax. Yeah, I mean the thing about what will probably be on Deep Charts though is they're probably only releasing it for SPX and ES. A lot of the big a lot of the big like the major providers for that usually when they purchase that data, the CBOE data, like I don't know, like Spot, Gamma, Vol Signals, they usually don't provide the queues. Now you can use to a certain extent, right? Like obviously what's happening with ES, but I don't like doing that. I don't like looking at, like I know a lot of people, if not almost everybody, looks at ES and then looks at NQ. To be honest, I really don't do that. I understand the benefit of doing that, sure. But I mean, just recently, ES and NQ have been doing kind of different things on at least last week, which was kind of interesting. Yeah, where's the SMT? Where's the SMT? Dude, did you guys see that you see that Twitter space of ICT and Patrick Wayland arguing with each other? Oh, it's funny, dude. Does Patrick not know that he's arguing with the guy who coded the algorithm? Does he not know who he's talking to? ICT song Patrick created? I haven't heard it. I might have to go check it out. Alright, I'm done trading. Just so you guys know, I'm done. We just took these lows. There's nothing that I plan for after this. I'm not going to sit here and try and create a new plan. It is what it is. We missed out on the drop. You know, whatever. I'm up on all my funded accounts except for one of them. But we're really not down on it either. It's like break even basically. At this point, we do have, we may be coming down obviously to the put wall. It's the next area I'd be looking at, but I think I'm done. So, you guys want to run a giveaway before everyone dips out of here? Let's run a giveaway. Unless, if you're in the YouTube, sorry about a boring stream today, but you know that's how it is sometimes. So, we're on to the next day. I'm gonna end the YouTube stream. If you want to participate in a giveaway, join the Discord. Hop in the Discord. If not, I will see you tomorrow, YouTube. All right, peace out.